This mix starts with a pretty epic intro. There is this rain. I recorded in Uganda. It was rainy season and it rained a lot. Kids in the background playing because it was recorded at the school. But those thunder sounds are not really from the original rain. I put them in because I thought it should have some tension in there to get the mix started, so it's not just a boring rain. It starts with the Like Tinnitus from Rachel Jones, Anthony Whedon and Orchestra, Suite Française. It's original soundtrack by a movie called Suite Française, which I never watched actually. I thought it's pretty epic to have some voices in there from a sermon of someone in Bethel.
You hear the word kingdom, signs and wonders and miracles. You're going to hear culture of honor. You're going to hear about the prophetic. You're going to hear about all kinds of things.
There is this first song of David August, the remix of Kollektiv Turmstrasse, and then we have some Northern Lights by 30 Seconds to Mars, which is pretty epic because the original sounds like this. And then Trauriger Sonntag by Dan Caster, and then Love Me, Nicole and Sasha Bremen. And then there is, I think you say Lord, 400 Lux by Lord. And I like that sound in the beginning where it does that. Solar Siler by Daft Punk, soundtrack which they made for Tron Legacy. Beautiful song. It has this breakdown and then it restarts, it relaunches with this Opus 17 by Gui Borato, a producer and DJ from Brazil. Faster, and then there is this Gravity Saver Tenderloin mix featuring G-Tech by Panpot, where you hear his voices.
The only thing that holds you down is gravity. Gravity.
Back to this melodic sound with the Like an Avalanche by Hillsong United. Sorry, I had to go to the toilet. Unnecessary information. And then Pollen Flute by Microtrauma. I speeded it up a little bit. I actually wanted to have more of that Sad Rain of Africa flavor into it. Asked a kid on the streets if he could actually speak some little phrases into my mix, so I asked him to say some weird things like,
now I want to listen carefully. I want you to understand it. This is music sound like. This is African music. If you hear African music you have to dance.
And then we have this lateral Compuphonic and Colombo, and they match it perfect with P27 Pump and Bass. They brought hip hop to Switzerland. And then Superstitious by Mandy matches perfect. And then I had this idea of That's My King by SM Lockridge.
Well, he's enduringly strong. He's entirely sincere. He's eternally steadfast. He's immortally graceful. He's fearlessly powerful.
Beautiful. It goes on for 1, 2, 3 minutes where he explains who God is. Every time it gives me goosebumps. And then I thought it would perfectly go into the final stage of a Simplexity Rome remix by Max Cooper. And there he comes back with this melodic, smooth, but still fundamental techno. And then it fades out with the beautiful voice of Pop No Name, Timination.
The clouds are to be seen.
And then
from
I have to finish the mix with some, changement in the groove. People would know it's actually finished with the mix, and so it doesn't just end like that. No other than Bonobo, Sapphire, On the radio one day I heard this song of Lana Del Rey and there was this organic part, and that's the end of the mix. And this photo here is not even from Africa, it's a photo I took in Australia.